Good morning, this is Kathy from Family Farm Livestock, and today's video is going to show you how we dig and hang the garlic.
And that's the digging fork we use. Go for it. And you step the fork in as deep as it'll go, then rock it back. But you need to stay, obviously the garlic cloves are under the ground, so you don't want to spear them because it ruins them. At least for sale. You could still cook them. And there it is. Then here's a better view of the garlic and the wheat. And that's the rest we have to do. And there's Sally. This is a look at our garlic field. We're harvested about down to the tractor, which we're thinking is a little less than half. If you look up at this end, it looks like we're growing wheat. That's just the seed that came up with the straw we put down. We plant the cloves. There's a little footpath in between. Here's one of the garlic beds. We plant the cloves in October, mid-October, then straw down the bed. And it's just a long, thin, I'd say 4-foot wide bed that we make with a rototiller on the back of the little green tractor there. So we don't do any cultivation, not really any weeding, which you can tell us what the ragweed's doing here. And then we dig it by hand with a pitchfork. Then this is the garlic scape, which is the flower head coming up. As soon as those pop up, we break them off. That's what, like this. So everybody that doesn't have a scape sticking out, which is nearly the whole field, all had the scapes broken off about a month ago. And that helps the bulbs get bigger. But we missed this one, so it's trying to flower. Hi, Sal. And there's the rest of the field. Then the rest of the garlic's piled along the grass. And we put it on the ground to keep it in the shade. If it's overcast, we can just pop it right up on the wagon. But if it's sunny, we try to keep it out of the direct sun. And there's a nice size one. And it's a little bit smaller. Now we'll take them up to the barn to sort them by size and hang them to dry. So here's a bulb that I just pulled out as an example. And you can tell it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green leaves. But it's also got these 2 shriveled up leaves. Each leaf corresponds to a layer of wrapping on the bulb. So you need to pull them out of the ground on time, which is when they have 2 shriveled up leaves. If you let them go till the whole top is brown, you won't have any covering on the bulb. Which, if you're just using it for home, isn't a big deal. If you want to sell them, that's a different story. So, harvesting time is critical. You must harvest when there's 2 brown leaves. The weather doesn't matter. When the plant's ready, it has to come out, or they will not store well, and they definitely won't sell well. There's a little bit of a skin there, you can see. This is the garlic we've harvested so far this year. We hang it in bunches of 20, 10 on a side, then tie it with twine. And then hang it over the pipe. And it just needs to be up in the air, away from anybody who might want to nibble on it, until it dries down, because garlic needs to cure before it'll keep. So he grabs the 2 bunches that are going together, crosses them like in an X. And then they'll just hang over the pole to cure. This is each a pile of 10. And then we hang them in a cross with twine and hang them over a pipe. And they're just sorted by size. So these are a little bit bigger. These are a little bit smaller. Then there's the unsorted. And then the pile over there by the weeds for my pigs is the keepers. And sometimes you get doubles like this. Then with every batch we bring up, we sort off keepers, which these are the biggest cloves, the biggest bulbs that'll have the biggest cloves to plant for next year. You can always buy in garlic, but garlic does better for you the longer you have it. It adapts to your area, to your farm. Which also means if you're new to garlic, your first year might not be super great. But replant your best ones, they'll be better next time. All the bulbs will be sorted into groups of 20 of close to the same size as we can get. The biggest bulbs are sorted out right away to keep to plant for next year. Nuts. And I have these so far. And anything big as we get further down in the pile, we pulled off too.